The Leica Noctilux lens is legendary amongst the image creating community for its incredibly large f/0.95 aperture and its famous dreamy and ethereal look that makes it so special. Well, thanks to TLS, filmmakers now have a chance to experience this special optic in a proper cine housing. The lens feels incredibly solid and features a stainless steel PL mount. Both the iris and 300-degree focus throw feel smooth and consistent. The lens is made up of 8 elements in 5 groups, is able to cover both full frame and VistaVision no problem, has a close focus of only 33 centimeters, and has an 11-bladed iris. Reminds me of design from the Summilux Cs. It has a 105mm filter thread, a front dim for clamp-on matte boxes of 114mm, a length of 114mm, and weighs in at roughly 1.4 kilograms. We shot the following tests on our Red Monstro in full 8K. Wide open, the bokeh is round in the center but does turn cat's eye shape towards the edges of the frame. At T1.4, you can start to see the 11 aperture blades forming the iris. At T2.8, this is even more noticeable, but the aberrations around the bokeh are more controlled here, with them being handled even better at T4. Flare is very well controlled. Wide open, you have a tiny bit more character than when stopped down. Past T1.4, the flares stay fairly consistent. Distortion is very well controlled, as you would expect from a 50mm prime. This lens does suffer from some breathing, which you can see in this clip here, but overall it's not that bad. For our coverage tests, we shot wide open and at T4, and then at both close focus and infinity. Wide open, you can see there is a considerable amount of light fall off when at close focus and infinity, but at this large of an aperture, this is not uncommon, and there is no hard vignetting. When stopped down to T4, you have almost no vignetting at close focus, but at infinity, you can notice a little. This lens has great coverage and will work on all full-frame current cinema sensors. These images are generated using our lens tool, which you can use for yourself via the link in the description. Wide open, I expected for the lens to really struggle, but I was actually quite surprised at how good it performed. Looking at this focus chart, you can see it is resolving fairly decently, but there are loads of aberrations in CA. I actually think our focus chart is bowed here a little bit, but you can still see how it performs. As soon as you stop down to T1.4, this thing really gets some bite back to it. Aberrations are much better controlled and you can start to see some sharpness come back. At T2, the center is very sharp, but there is still fall off towards the edges of the frame. As you stop down to T4, this edge sharpness improves. There are obvious chromatic aberrations when wide open on both the bokeh and the high contrast areas on my hair. As you'd expect, the lens gets better as you stop down, but it really improves when you hit T4, when most of this chromatic aberration is gone. This lens is something special. It does such a great job at creating such beautiful, dreamy imagery when wide open, and being such a good, nice, sharp 50mm when stopped down past T2. But it does come at a price, which will not only make your wallet lighter, but also your crew and your focus puller storms off set after the 200th take. For more reviews and videos coming soon, make sure you hit subscribe.